everybody. Hey, it's Carey. Welcome to the live chat. I want to hear from you, so send us all your questions. You can tweet them at Price is Right. The Price is Right Twitter handle. It's at Price is Right. And be sure to include the hashtag #AskDrew. Don't send them to my Twitter account because I'm not going to read it. I don't want to read it later either. Just send it to at Price is Right and the hashtag #AskDrew, anything. Okay, here we go. Diana C. wants to know any favorite guest stars. Is there anybody coming up that you could share? Yeah, we just got done actually doing a show with Drew and Nick Lachey. They were great. I like them all. I don't have a favorite. Snoop Dogg always stands out because he won the most money, and that was the first one that I did. But we got some pretty good ones coming up. I think, am I allowed to say who's coming up on the show? Maybe, maybe not. But I know we had Drew and Nick Lachey. We just taped that one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say all the other ones. Charles Barkley. I think we're going to have him. So I'm really excited about that. Brittany B., how does it feel to have accomplished your 1,000th episode? It's not a big deal to me, to be honest. It's a big deal to everybody else. But, I mean, it's nice that I did 1,000, but I just come to work every day. So to me, it's just coming to work. It's not that... It's nice, but it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Especially after Bob did 35 years and they're making a big deal out of this. It's nice, though. I like it, but it's not that. I'm trying not to, get full of myself or anything. It's not that big of a deal. Jessica R. asked, is this show as much fun as it seems? Yes! It's the most fun show ever. You kidding me? It's pretty much what you see is what you get on TV, and the television show that you watch doesn't begin to capture how energetic and alive it is in the studio. I mean, it's just like electric in there, and it's so much fun to walk out on that stage twice a day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's my hours. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 shows a day. It's just fantastic. I love it. It's way more fun, probably, than it seems on TV. My favorite blooper. Tommy B wants to know what my favorite blooper is. I don't know. It's hard. People ask me favorite. Like, I don't have a favorite of anything. It's one of my problems, I think. So I have trouble coming up with a #1 favorite of anything. Like, there was pretty much everything you see gets on the show anyway. So there's really not that many bloopers on the show. But then remember, there's been games that haven't worked and things like with the non-stick waffle maker. That was really funny. We had a non-stick waffle maker and I opened it up and the waffle was stuck to it. I don't know if they showed that on the show, but it was really funny. They showed it at the wrap party. Francis C. wants to know, did you have to get shoulder surgery because contestants so often slam into you when they're called on stage? No. I had shoulder surgery because I was running a year ago, August, and I tripped and I fell and I did a somersault in the street and landed on my shoulder. And I separated my clavicle, and the doctor said I didn't need to have surgery. It would just heal and I would have a bump. A lot of guys have that bump from separated clavicle. And it didn't heal right because I didn't take care of it correctly. So over a year later, I had to have shoulder surgery, and then I had to go through that whole recovery process again. And I'm just now to the point where I can use it normally. And I can lift really light weights now, but I'm not even 100% back yet. Ryan K. wants to know, what's been your favorite moment from your 5 years on the show? Again, they're all, I like every day. Like today, there was so much fun having the Lachey brothers there. It's really good. It's hard to say because every day I come in and there's something happens that day that really sticks out and is really fun, and that stays in my mind all the time. It's like being, I don't know, it's like when you're out with your friends having a good time, and every new moment that comes up is like a new big laugh or a new big fun thing. You're not sitting there, having a drink or, with your friends and thinking oh, my favorite moment so far in the night has been this. Like, you're enjoying it right now. So that's how I kind of feel about the show. I never think about, I don't know, they're all good moments. Anytime somebody wins something is a favorite moment to me. Jason M. wants to know, have you ever suggested a prize and have it appear on the show? All the time. Yeah, we always pitch prizes on the show. I pitch prizes every time I see something in a magazine or the newspaper or hear about something from a friend. Whatever producers around me, I go, hey, here's a thing we should have on the show. And they always, pretty much, always come on the show. We're always ripping stuff out of magazines and stuff to try to get on the show. And we have the production staff they have a meeting at least once a week where they all pitch prizes. They have it every Friday. And they all pitch prizes, and everyone's supposed to bring in so many prizes and whatever price ranges we're looking for. If we're looking for contestants row prizes or pricing game prizes or showcases, and everybody just comes in with a bunch of those, and that's one of the main reasons the prizes are so good on the show anymore. Anthony M, great job, Drew. So thank you. So were you nervous about filling Bob Barker's shoes 999 episodes ago? I don't think I was. No, and yes, I was. I didn't want to screw the show up. You know, I didn't want the show to get canceled off from under me or anything like that. But I felt pretty good about it, and I had so much support from everybody that it made it a lot easier for me. So I was. You know, it wasn't like I was nervous in a trepidatious way. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, oh God, this is gonna. I wasn't like that. I was anxious. You know what I mean? I was like tingly and ready to go, but like I wasn't nervous in a bad way. You know, I just wanted to. But it was like I knew it was a big deal, and I realized, you know, like the importance of it as far as game shows go. But you know, I wasn't nervous in a bad way. No. What was it like making a transition from stand-up to being the host of such an iconic show? Asked Mike M. Well, yeah, it was weird because, I don't know, it wasn't so bad because you have to be in front of a crowd, and I don't know, the toughest thing for me was, I don't know, I had to get used to doing getting used to just doing the games my way, and like, I tell people this all the time. When I first got the show, you know, they're trying to teach me all the games. There was like 75 games, and they're trying to teach me all the games as fast as they could. And I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but so they gave me like it was like magician's patter that you get when you buy a magic trick. You know, you buy rings, or you know, the sponge rabbits, and they say, here, say this while you're doing the trick. So it was like that. It was like they say this while you're doing the game, and it was all just to like teach me the game as fast as they could. And so what the transition for me was to like just say all that stuff in my own way and not use the magician's patter that I got, and to make it like so I can just relax and concentrate on having fun instead of concentrate on saying the rules. And I wasn't really doing stand-up that much at all when I started doing the show, so that wasn't much of a transition. It was like I kind of like didn't do stand-up, but I'm back to doing stand-up again, so I'm kind of making the transition. Right now, I'm making the transition from game show host to stand-up. So I'm doing my stand-up career again, and I've been working all summer, you know, going on the road, working at clubs, and that's been a transition for me, but not the other way around. Tina T, where can we catch you doing stand-up next? I don't know, man. Let me check my phone, and I'll tell you. I'm working. I'm not working the rest of the year. Like I was just in New Jersey, but I'm not doing any more gigs till January, so I don't want to work over the holidays. So, and I'll be in Aspen, a comedy thing in Aspen, on the 17th at the Wheeler Opera House, and I'll be in San Francisco at Sketchfest with the sketch group I work with, called The Midnight Show, on the 26th of January. I'll be in Bananas in New Jersey. I'm working Club Zanies in Nashville, February 8th. West Palm Beach, February 22nd. There, some places I'll be. Michael T, do you have an all-time favorite showcase? No. I don't have an all-time favorite anything. People, you can quit asking me if I have an all-time favorite something, because I don't, of anything. I don't, band, showcase, food, nothing. It's all good to me. I don't like to rank things like first to last. How did you come up with the idea for the rat race? Asks Claire B. I don't know. I was just trying to think of elements of other games. If you notice, rat race is just a conglomeration of all these other games. Like it has a random thing like Plinko, and it has you know, pick things to get a choice like other games. So I don't know where I had the idea of racing rats from. It was really, I called it the mouse race was my pitch, and they wanted to change it to rat race, so they made it rats. Because it was, I wound up mice. So I don't know where the idea for the wind up mice came, But I thought it'd be funny to watch him. I always come up with things that would be a random event at the end, because I like that idea that something would happen and then it was a random event that determined what you won, kind of like Plinko. So I don't know. This came, I don't know. I daydream a lot, and a lot of this stuff just comes to me while I'm daydreaming. Dave F., are there any upcoming theme shows? Are you kidding me? That's all we do. I pitched one. I don't know if they're going to do it. So, but I'll tell you the one I pitched. And I don't know if they took me seriously, or they went like, oh, that's true, with another one of his crazy ideas. Because I'm constantly like, I'll have an idea while I'm on stage, and I'll just run backstage and I'll go, hey, how about this? And I'll pitch it, and then I'll go back, you know, after the break is over. So my last idea, which I was really serious about, was for like April Fools. I want to do Price is Right on Ice, and I want to take the whole stage and make it an ice rink. So people have to come up here and do Price is Right on ice, including me and the models and everybody. And then for people that don't skate or anything, we would have like stuff to put on their shoes, they wouldn't fall, or we'd have like NHL players or Ice Capades skaters to escort them around the stage. You know, so we have special guests on escorting the contestants that can skate. I thought it would be really funny to do like Race Game and Bonkers and stuff on ice, and it just made me laugh. But that was a serious pitch. I don't know if they're ever going to do it, but if they do, you heard it here first. Gareth asked, is it difficult to keep it clean for The Price is Right after coming from a comedy background? No. Like, and I don't, you know, I swear a couple times during the breaks just for laughs, but I always have had a philosophy, like, you do things when they're appropriate to do, you know, which is one of the reasons I do use like swear words, etc. in my act. I don't like to think anything is a bad word, just an appropriate word or not. So, but I'll use like dirty words in my act because if people are in a bar, they're drinking, they expect it, they like it, you know, they think it's fun. So it's appropriate in that setting to use, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then it's not appropriate on TV during the daytime, so I just don't there. So it's not difficult to switch it to keep it separate. At Real Canada Man, good name. At Real Canada Man asks, hey Drew, just wondering what you would wear on your T-shirt if you were a contestant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's not. I love it when people wear stuff like that, but that doesn't. I don't think that necessarily helps you get picked. What helps you get picked as a contestant is your energy and all that stuff. But I would wear. It wouldn't be a Drew joke, like you know, it wouldn't be a carry me joke, like carry me down to the. I wouldn't do that. Those I get tired of. But I would make a shirt just because it's fun to do. You're out with your friends, and it's like going to the amusement park or something. So it's fun to. People have fun making up the shirts. So I would do that. I just don't know what I put on it. I would think it. I don't know. Good question. William H. asked. You do themed episodes for every holiday. Which ones do you like the best? I like the April Fools and Halloween. Those are really, really funny. It's tough to, like, they're getting harder and harder. Like, we haven't done that many, really. You know, 4 or 5, something like that. So, of each, so it's, like, it's going to be tough. Like, the first few are easy, because, you know, there's, like, easy ones that come to mind, but then you're like, uh-oh, now what are you going to do? Like, the April Fools ones are going to be really hard to come up with every year, harder than the Halloween ones. But I like both those two. Those are the favorite ones. John B., what has the reaction been of having a male model on the show? Very positive, especially from the women. The only times, I've only got a couple tweets where from people going like, man, I don't like that male model dude. That's from guys that don't like it. They must be uncomfortable seeing a guy with the shirt off. But they don't mind seeing a woman in a bikini or whatever, or in a swimsuit. So yeah, it's been really positive, and the women love it. So that was the idea. So I'm glad it's working out. Do you miss acting? Asks Mark K. Have you given it up? Yeah, I mean, I only acted on the Drew Carey show, really. You know, I don't miss it. I miss, because I would like to do it, but I don't miss it. I'm always happy doing what I'm doing when I'm doing it. You know, so I don't think, you know, I do stand-up and I host The Price is Right, and so I'm really happy doing those things, and I don't think to myself, man, I wish I could act. Like, this isn't fulfilling. I like doing what I'm doing so much, I don't think, oh, I missed this other thing. I did miss doing stand-up, though, so maybe I'm wrong there. But I don't really, I'd like to, but I just don't have time for it, so it doesn't enter my mind. I couldn't do it if I wanted to. Jesse L. asks, what's the coolest prize ever given away, in my opinion? Like, I don't know. I can't say. We have so many of them. Like, some great cars. We had I love the old cars we give away. I wish we did that more. We have a lot of, 57 Chevy and, 67 Mustang, stuff like that we give away all the time. One time we had an old Bentley that we gave away. It looked like Mr. Magoo's car, and a guy had to play hole-in-one for it. I'll never forget. That was a really cool car. It was went for like $34,000. They're all drivers. They're not like museum pieces. They're all cars meant to be driven that we get a hold of. But I love those old cars. Like those are really cool. We should do that a lot more often. And the crowd loves them. Jason M. asks, so you've created one game and a fun one at that. Do you have any other ideas? No. Price is Right on Ice. That was my latest big idea. I don't have any. I keep on thinking of ideas for games, but there's only, I even bought books on game theory, and there's so many, and read them, but there's only so many, they have to be quick. All the games I think of are longer games. And so I think of them and then I discount them because they're not looking for longer games. We need shorter games that we can just play and get over with. And, you got to think of those, and I really haven't sat down and made a big deal out of it. But I'd like to. I'd like to create a couple more games. How long does it take to record each show? About an hour and a half. So like the first show, well, we had, even with the Shea Brothers on and all this extra stuff we had to do, and I had to do a couple do-overs because I screwed up like all the extra cue cards they wanted me to read. So we started at 12:25 and we got done like 5 to 2, and that was like a long show, an hour and a half. But we usually just bang, bang, bang. And the only delay from being on from the regular show is just like the time it takes to load and unload the games and the prizes. So like in between, like during the break, like after I say goodbye, like, hey, we'll be right back, then they cut, and then all the crew comes out and they just start changing the game out and changing the prizes out. And as soon as they're set, we go on to the next game. So that didn't take that long. They really hustle. The crew really works hard. Like if you come and watch the show live one time, all you'll see is grips, like working as hard as you ever saw guys work. This is like they're just moving stuff in and out really quick. Next one, please. Now that you've maintained a new healthy physique, what's your workout routine? I don't think I'm that like, I lost weight, but I'm not in good shape like I want to be. Like I haven't been able to lift weights or anything because of the stupid shoulder. So I'm kind of like soft up top. I do a lot of running, a lot of cardio, and so that's about it. And then I do a lot of stretching. Tons of stretching, tons of cardio. But even then, like I hurt my knee, so I'm not doing as much cardio as I was. And I try to watch my diet and cut out all the carbs. But when I get hurt and I can't work out, then I see myself. I start cheating more. So it's been like a bad couple months because I got hurt. My shoulder's not 100% back, and I'm worried that I'm supposed to do the Disney World Marathon in January, and I'm going to already have to cut down to the half marathon. And now I'm worried about that because I can't stop my knee from hurting. I got to go see a doctor about it this week and have him look at it. So, but cardio and stretching, you have to do a lot of stretching, and that you can't ignore it. Upper body stretching and lower body stretching, and you have to watch your diet. Otherwise, I mean, you can run all you want and just pump iron all you want. It's not going to help. It's not going to be as healthy as you want. What's my favorite movie? GD Lloyd with 2 L's, 13. GD Lloyd 13 wants to know what my favorite movie is. I don't know, Big Lebowski, Boogie Nights. There's a lot. I don't know. The original producers, Casablanca. I have a lot of favorite movies. Singing in the Rain. I just watched Singing in the Rain like a month ago. Some friend of mine is like really young. There's 2 people they never saw it before. So I said, you got to come over and watch Singing in the Rain, because they just think it's just some old stupid movie. It's the greatest musical ever. Ruth asks, why do you think the show is so popular with college students? It's on during the day. It gives you a break from class. Hot models on it. I don't know. Lots of reasons. It's like, yeah, there's three things. It's on during the day. You can watch it in between class, and there's hot models on it. Susan P., you were awesome on Ellen. Thank you. You guys are great together. Any plans to appear on the show again? Yeah, we'll always come back. Anytime they have something for me to promote, that's where they want me to do publicity. Ellen's always the first thing they think of. Ellen and the Talk. Those are my two go-tos because they're on there during the day, so it gets the same daytime audience. And they're both easy to do. They're both close by. So yeah, and Ellen's super fun. There's a really fun person, and I think the staff of the show there really reflects the host because everybody on the staff there is so friendly and so nice, and like even the dressing rooms are like super great. Like she has the best dressing rooms and like snacks and stuff. Like everything's really healthy, and it's a great place to be. That show, like. Even if it wasn't, if there was a guest host, like the staff there is really good. It's a good place to go to. I love the Ellen Show. Justin L. asks, go Sounders, what's it like owning a soccer team? Great. It's great. I'm only a minority owner, you know. I'm like one of those, there's a lot of celebrity minority owners. So you get a little extra publicity when you're opening, starting the team. So Joe Roth is actually the main owner. The two biggest owners are Joe Roth and this guy named Adrian Hanauer, who's our general manager. He's a businessman from up in the Seattle area. And so it's Joe and Adrian all the way, and I'm just the minority owner. And then Paul Allen, his company owns another bigger part of it because we use their stadium. So it's like being a fan with benefits, because those guys make all the big decisions. I can go to the meetings if I want to, but they don't expect me there. And when I'm there, I certainly don't get in the way. You know, I'm good at those meetings because I kind of like, I mean, I'll add something if I think or ask a question, but I'm not at all like a decision maker like Joe. It's going to be Joe and Adrian deciding, and especially Joe. It's going to be Joe deciding at the end of the day. So, but it's good to be, it's really been great for me watching those guys work because they're like, to me, they're like grown-ups, you know what I mean? So they're really good at what they do, and they're really smart about everything, and it's like probably the best investment I ever made in my life. At HWM09 or 09, HWM09 ask on Twitter, it would be funny if you could do a Whose Line themed Sorry, it would be funny if you could do a Whose Line themed episodes. Yeah, that would be funny on the Price is Right, but I don't know how we would do. We couldn't do any improv or anything. I don't think, because a lot of it is hard because there's not that much time on Price is Right anyway. Like just telling the rules of the game and getting somebody to play the game takes up the whole show. Like we don't have as much time. Like we have a full 10 minutes less than Bob Barker had, you know, in the day of doing the show. Like the time just got less and less because they put more and more commercials in the show. So the show is pretty tight the way we do it right now. It's only like, it's not an hour long. Like it's like 45 or something like that, 47. 43, it's around 45 minutes. The rest of it's all commercials. And so I don't know if we could. Like we could have the guys from Whose Line on. That'd be fun, but it would be annoying because they'd be on and we wouldn't be able to do any improv really. So that'd be tough. But yeah, it'd be fun. Do you watch sports besides soccer? Asked Jill. Yeah, I like football, especially bigger games, baseball, basketball. I like all sports. Soccer just happens to be my favorite one now because I'm part owner of this team and I'm a big World Cup fan. And like it's tough when you're working to follow sports and really deeply like you want to. Like soccer is really hard because there's so many leagues around the world. And you know, like if you talk to somebody who's really into football, you got to keep track of all those teams, players, trade. Like it takes up your whole life practically trying to follow through a season. So it's tough. I'm a fan of all these other sports, but I don't know them as well now anymore as well as I do soccer. But I like all sports. They're all fun to me. Gail, what's on your iPod? Been to any concerts lately? Let's find out what I have on my. I got my phone right. See, I have my Sounders skin on my phone, my iPhone. Let's see what I got on my playlist here. Music, boom. I listen to NPR a lot too. That's just my favorites. Chick Habit by April March. Zoll by Mizabalazo. It's their album by the Blackjacks. It's called Mizabalabo by the Blackjacks. They're from South Africa. I got a song by the D4 that I can't say here. I got a song called Ain't No King of Rock and Roll by the Nomads. Nope, I can't play it. Stop. I can't play it because we don't have rights to play it, I don't think. King of the Freaks by the Maggots. That's a great song. I got King of the Freaks. I have a lot of rock and roll on my White Punks on Dope by the Tubes. I have a lot of rock and roll on my iPad. I like rock and roll a lot. Once a month, I host a radio show on Little Steven's Underground Garage on XM Sirius Channel 21. It's on the last Friday of every month. So if you're a fan and you like rock and roll, you can listen to that. It's on the last Friday of every month. And I haven't been to any concerts lately. I was supposed to go see Bruce Springsteen at the end of this month on the 30th up in Oakland, but I had to work in New Jersey at the last minute. We had to switch the date because of Hurricane Sandy, so I had to cancel it, but I was going to go see Springsteen. Because Little Steven runs Little Steven's Underground Garage, and so I was going to get free Springsteen tickets. It's like, you know, if that's the big decisions you have to make in your life, Springsteen or do stand-up in front of a crowd, like, I have a pretty good life. Jim, I hear you're a techie. What's the last gadget you bought for yourself? I bought a, I can't even pronounce it right, but a sync tablet from Wacom. Those ones where you draw right on the screen. I finally broke down and bought one of those. So I use a Wacom tablet because I like doing Photoshop and stuff like that. But I broke down and bought the screen that you can write on. So that's the last thing where I went like, wow, it just went crazy. And I don't have it hooked up yet because it's like really overwhelming, this thing when I open it up. But it's like a Photoshop and drawing thing. So I took a drawing class too, and you could just like draw right on your computer screen instead of a Wacom tablet. It's a graphics tablet that you use, that artists and Photoshop people use. Next one, please. David C. I'm an aspiring actor. Good luck. Do you have any advice for someone trying to crack into the business? Yeah. You should get a lot of self-help and sales books to help because you're going to hear a lot of no's. A lot of it is selling yourself. And, you know, it's not like a job. You know what I mean? You're a small business. You're working for yourself. It's like all these things that, and you're going to hear no a lot. Don't get discouraged, you know. And you have to be, that's the one business where you have to really be able to take an honest assessment of yourself and quit lying to yourself. You know, your friends and your family are always going to go, oh, you were so good in that play, but maybe you're not that good. You know, maybe you're not that good, or there's skills you have to work on. And people think like, oh, you know, I did good back in my hometown, or my family thinks I'm good. You know, how come I'm not making it out here? Well, it's because out here in LA, everybody that was good in their hometown is here. And you're competing against all those people, plus you're competing against everybody who's already in the movies and already on TV. You know, you have to have a reason to pick you instead of the people that are already here that they can choose from. It's so much competition out here. You have to get a mind for that and go like, okay, I'm going to business where there's tons of competition and odds are I'm not going to get hired. And I have to find something about me, or, you know, you know, you have to, man, see, it's so hard to even give advice about it. It's really difficult. There's about, according to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, there's like 60,000 people a year move to Los Angeles area to become actors and to be in show business. 60,000 people a year. And, you know, anytime you watch a movie, you see all the extras in the background and stuff. There's a lot of the people that move to LA to become actors. So, you know, get a degree in something else. That's my advice to you if you're going to be an actor. Next question is going to be the last question. Richie M. asks, do you think kids' versions of the show would work? Yeah, I had this idea with I used to talk about with Rich Fields all the time, doing a Junior Price is Right, where they would maybe come on with their parents and but nobody ever did anything about it. So I think it would, and I pitched it and I gave it to them, but they never did anything with it. So I guess not. I guess they don't think it would work. So what do I know? But yeah, I think it'd be super fun to do something like that. And I think they could do you know, kids games, and there's like a big market for, you know, kid stuff, and they just be on their parents and they could get the prices. I don't know. It'd be fun. I don't know if anybody watched it, but I pitched it and nobody ever did anything with it, so I guess it's not like that great of an idea. That's another thing you learn in show business. If if you write a script or have an idea and like you send the script and they don't buy it, It's not good. If they're not reading it, they're not buying it, it means it's not good enough. So you just quit thinking you have such a great idea and why nobody does it. It's because it's not marketable or somebody else that doesn't want to put money in it. It's not that good. So yeah, probably would be a good version, but you know, maybe me and you could invest in the kids' version of The Price is Right instead of Fremantle. Liz, don't forget to, it says, don't forget to thank the fans and ask them to tune in your 100th. Thanks, fans. Please tune in to my 1000th episode coming up on Friday. Thanks for being here. This is really fun to do. I'm glad we got to talk to you. Take care. Bye.